West Country Energy Services has been a trusted service provider for the energy industry for over 20 years now. Our company has a strong and an experienced team. We're familiar with vegetation management in all types of energy infrastructure. We believe in a strong and adaptive vegetation management plan and are always mindful of reducing our environmental footprint on the land. We are guided by quality, accuracy, and safety as we complete each project.
Everyone sees power lines all across the province. No one really pays much mind into the work that goes into maintaining them to keep the lights on or to keep the gas running through the pipelines. If these utility companies can't access their system for maintenance or whatever the reason is, then that's when you get outages.
In the past, on our transmission right-of-ways, we had nothing but grass. And we thought that was the best treatment. And we never really looked at integrated vegetation management. And now with West Country being able to be selective with the First Nations going out, now we can leave vegetation behind that's never going to interfere with our transmission system.
To me, this seems like ATCO, as well as West Country, is moving toward the new future, the new view of how First Nations can participate in the economy and still be stewards of the land, so that we can protect our ecosystem for the next 7 generations, so that we can continue to live our culture, live our way of life.
ATCO has a lot of power line that runs through traditional lands, and we don't want to be going through and spraying their protected plants, their medicinal plants, sacred sites, things like that. We want to be respectful. As a herbicide company, we pride ourselves on being stewards of the environment.
Brings more wildlife back into the areas. We're working with the First Nation for plants that they use for medicinal purposes, like rat root or something like that, so that they can still continue to use that.
There's been studies done that have shown that actually in the fringe, which is the new growth coming in from the mature tree line, that's actually where you find abundant wildlife and habitat for these creatures as well.
The whole idea is to leave the compatible, manage the tall growing, so it's more of an integrated vegetation management plan. Our future right-of-ways will look a lot like the ones behind me right now, and I'm kind of excited about those new ideas.
West Country is one of the few providers out there using equipment like Haglunds, which are lighter, they're more mobile, very minimal ground disturbance. Like a Haglund has less ground pressure than a pickup truck or even a human footprint.
By leaving certain species on the right-of-way, we allow the small mammals to cross the right-of-way safely. We allow better habitat for ungulates, things like moose and caribou, which are endangered species in Alberta at this point. So it's really important that we're thinking about the right-of-way not as a clean linear space just with grass, but one that actually has multi-species on it.
We can work together as the utility and the contractor and build solutions and ideas that'll last us long term. We're going to have a better right-of-way system that's more community oriented.
With our new selective approach to vegetation management, we are confident we will create not only more wildlife habitat, but also be able to reduce line of sight for predators on the right-of-way, as well as keeping berry and medicinal plants behind.
I would like to thank ATCO and West Country for taking a step in the right direction and engaging Sawridge First Nation, as well as moving forward to engage other First Nations and Indigenous peoples in this vegetation management strategy.
They're very safe, they're very honest and reliable.
They seem to be sincere in wanting to have a win-win working relationship with First Nation.
West Country Energy can offer you trusted experience, a strong safety program, and we're always proud when we finish the program on time and on budget.